Hi everyone, welcome to day 15 of the 21 Days of Self-Care. I'm Drew, a co-founder of Survivor Alliance, and today I'm going to be kind of talking very personally about what to do when self-care just is really difficult. We've kind of touched on this in the past, but I think this is something you should really dive into because it's really difficult to take care of yourself all the time. And I want us to have honest conversations about it and not act like self-care is some cure-all that is just by, meditating 15 minutes a day or, making sure you're eating enough vegetables that all your problems are going to go away. Because that's not true. It's not going to take away what happened to you. It's not going to take away your experiences and take away the pain. It does help you move through it, but at the end of the day, those things are still part of you and they're still with you. And so, I really want to talk about this some more. We talk about self-care a lot because it's been so beneficial to our own lives, and we see how it's just helpful to those around us, and it is a very important part of living a healthy life. But it doesn't just make everything better. It's not like all of a sudden your problems are going to get better, or once you start getting in this routine that it's just like some preventative medicine that, keeps all the sadness away. That is so not true. You have to keep fighting every single day. And that's really hard. To get up every single day and fight that much harder than everyone else because you're trying to cope with this trauma, cope with a piece of you that was being taken away. That nothing is gonna reconcile that pain. And that's really hard to face, and that's something that I deal with a lot. And starting Survivor Alliance, this has been so rewarding in so many ways. I love doing this work, and I just feel so happy and so, I don't really like the term blessed, but I guess blessed in many ways that I can dedicate myself to doing something that means so much to me and doing something that I feel very called to do. And that is so rewarding, but it means every single day I am getting up and facing the most traumatic experience of my life and trying to turn some positive spin on it and act like it's all making me this stronger person and everything. And that's so true, but that is so hard to do every day. And everybody is going to go through this. We all put on this mask that we wear to the world and act like, everything's great. Look at our pictures of us on vacation, or, having a fun night out with our friends, or look at our babies, or whatever it might be. But that doesn't hide the part of you that the world doesn't see. That doesn't make it go away. The part where you're just sad and you're grieved for that part of yourself that you lost. Self-care and healing, it's never going to fill that hole, but it makes getting through every day a little bit more bearable. And, part of self-care is knowing that some days nothing's gonna change that. Part of self-care is having those days where you're just like, you know what, like, I'm gonna be sad today, and I'm gonna sit in it and let myself pity myself, because I have gone through something, and it's hard to face every day, and I'm just gonna sit in bed and binge watch Netflix or do whatever that requires pretty much no effort, just because that's all you feel like, or all I feel like doing that day. Sometimes that's where you're at, and meeting yourself where you're at is totally fine as long as you're not judging that. Have those days and say, okay, this is where I'm at today. I'm gonna let myself wallow and let myself have this day of nothingness. But tomorrow's a new day, and I might feel better tomorrow, and I might not. And if I don't, then I'll sit in this longer if that's what I need to do. But it's not self-care isn't about willing yourself out of pain and willing yourself out of sadness. You can't do that. You can make it feel a little bit better. You can distract yourself sometimes. But again, nothing is going to take away what you've experienced. And as powerful as it can be, I mean, I think this is just something that's really important to talk about. Every day is a new day, and so some days you have these phases of sadness and phases of everything is too difficult, and just letting that be. That is your self-care sometimes, and yeah, it doesn't always have to be, you know, this whole elaborate self-care thing every day or meditation every day. I don't want to sugarcoat it and act like it's all sunshine and daisies. So I think that's all I really have to say for today. I just wanted to get really real with you and talk about, you know, how hard it is sometimes. I know for me, it's been one of those days for me, so I thought I should reflect that in this work today. Because let's be real, this is all about being honest about what we go through. We don't have to be strong every single day. We can allow ourselves to be, I don't know, being sad isn't being weak. So I don't want to say that you're allowing yourself to be weak, because that's not true. Facing your emotions and facing your sadness is one of the strongest things you can do. And so don't let anybody tell you otherwise in saying that you sitting in your emotions or sitting in sadness is a weak thing. Some people never do that. Some people spend their whole lives running from it. And, you know, they might build up walls, but where is that really getting them a lot of the time? So, yeah, let's just be real with ourselves and with each other, and talk to your friends about how you're feeling sometimes. If you're having these really bad days, don't hide it. Don't act like everything's great all the time. You're allowed to be human. I'm allowed to be human. We all are, and that includes just days of sadness and days of sometimes just not even sadness, just apathy. You know, what does it all mean? I don't know. But you're allowed to have those days where that's just how you feel, and it's so vital and so part of our life. So I will leave you with that. If you don't want to have one of those days and you're looking for things to help get you out of that funk, consider ordering one of our self-care kits. But honestly, it's not probably what I would have used today, to be honest. But that's where I'm at today. But if you're looking for journals or candles or things like that, feel free to order one, and you can start getting them in the new year to make your self-care easier and hopefully create more distance between these sad days that will inevitably happen, but hopefully less frequently. So with that, have a great night, and we'll be back tomorrow. Bye.